Good morning, folks. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's strong, the stories are real, and the wrenches never stop turning. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection workshop, where the smell of fresh oil, a little elbow grease is all part of a balanced breakfast. And around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Not in them, but we live them. Whether it's 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, or a Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads. This is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. The Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. It's about connection to our vehicles, to the people who drive them, and to the community that keeps Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench, you're restoring someone's confidence, freedom, and maybe even their sanity. We're here Monday through Saturday, every morning at 8 a.m. for Motormouth's morning drive time, helping you keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever road lies ahead. Roads, where we're going, there are no roads. So whether you're a weekend wrencher, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what that strange rattle really means, welcome aboard. Hope you got your morning beverage ready. If you're just scooting through the drive-thru, never, ever forget to double check your order, because that's the moment when it all goes south very quickly. I'm just saying, 3 times through the drive-thru for a beverage, this is real, you can't make this stuff up. 3 times through the drive-thru at the Golden Arches, and 3 times I got water. That's what I got. 3 times. 45 minutes to circle the building, get back in line to get another hot water. Just saying, that was the morning that things were just not going right. Well, it's Fun Friday, and we made it. We've made it to the weekend. If some of you are going to be celebrating March break next week with your kids, keep them busy. Yeah. Don't let them lock themselves into a room and play stupid video games all day. And I said stupid. You know, I like to produce things. I like to work with my hands. I'm not a sitter. Sometimes I can watch a movie through the whole thing, but a lot of times, I'll get half an hour in, I get up and wander off and go do something. So get the kids out there. And, March break is not sitting in your room watching TV and playing stupid video games, okay? You got to get out there and do stuff. So moms and dads, I'm encouraging you, get them out of there, get them outside, get the cobbies off of them, and go do some stuff. Yeah. Like, you know what? The SAP is running. Find a place locally where you can go and have fresh pancakes, sausage, bacon, and homemade maple syrup. Yeah, the darker, the better. That's what I say. I'm just saying, I'd probably, if I was on March break, I might just do that every morning. Shh, don't tell everybody. They'll all be there. All right, so get your beverage ready, whatever that is. I'm having my morning tea this morning. I feel like there's somebody has passed me a cootie again, and I'm just trying to knock it out before it gets hold. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets a kung fu grip on you. You want to knock that baby right out of the park. A good morning and thank you to Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931 with building supplies, hardscape, landscape materials. Get your landscaping booked, friends. If you're wanting to create that outdoor space, that outdoor living space, you know what? Don't put it off any longer. Just get it done. Because when it's done, you'll go, oh, this is one of the ahs of life. I like my backyard space. In fact, yesterday I was just kind of looking outside. The sun peeked out for a bit. I'm going, I can't wait to have my morning coffee on the back porch, listening to the birds and the rabbits come out and they're cavorting and doing some kind of strange disco dance. I don't know what it is. I caught it on video. I think I'm going to share that because the one morning, 6 rabbits, and they're bouncing straight up in the air over top of each other and round like a merry-go-round, and then they stop like they ran out of gas, and they're looking at each other. And I'm going, okay, should I sneak back into the house or run? Yeah. So get your hardscape landscaping contractor lined up through Niagara Block. They know pretty much all the contractors in the Niagara region, can set you up with someone who can come out, organize the job, price the job out, help you to pick materials to create your special space, and you will enjoy the customer service at Niagara Block. 5000 Montrose Road. All our program partners are featured on the homepage of our website, which happens to be the biggest drawer in our toolbox. Click on their logo, open their profile page. All profile pages are set up exactly the same. Keep it easy peasy for you guys to find your way through our website so that it's easy navigation. Have you ever been on one of those websites where like 2 hours later you're going, I'm like ready to throw my computer out the window? You just can't seem to navigate it. Well, that's not what I wanted to have. I told my web guys, I want every page set up exactly the same, so if they jump from this page to another program partner's page, it looks exactly the same, but different, if you know what I'm saying. All right, let's get into weekend weather brought to us by Niagara Block. Got a little interesting stuff going on today on Friday, so pay attention. Then we're going to have our swiggy, so get ready. Get things organized. Get those crayons out. 16-pack of Crayola. They're the best. The ink runs freely and smoothly every time. Get that leaf bag all folded up, looking like a car connection workshop computer, and take some notes. If you can't, I'll let you know in just a few minutes how you can get all the podcasts. We're actually this morning or this afternoon going to be loading all 110 episodes in season 1 and season 2 into our YouTube channel. So you're going to be able to listen through YouTube as well. So stay tuned for that one. Yellow warning this morning. Yep, yellow warning. Wind. These conditions are expected by 5 p.m. And it is Friday the 13th. Let's go in a little deeper this morning and see if they're going to give us something more. The more. Here it is. Precipitation, snow, 2 to 3 inches. We got a light dusting overnight here along the south shores of Lake Erie. And yes, our frozen lake video will be up today. Goes up today at 4:30. You got to check that out. And Skippy and I, boy, did we ever get in by the skin of our teeth. That was not this past Monday. It was a week ago Monday. We're out on frozen Lake Erie showing you all the stuff, the caves, the castles, the moguls, just the beauty of it all. And then the following week, last week, it rained almost every day. So we captured that. It was a beautiful blue sky day, sunshine. We skipped out of the shop. We forgot to punch in. And so today we're back to snow, possible rain at 0.15 inches. So here we go. Here's the full-scale model of what's going to happen today weather-wise in the Niagara region. Hopefully it's sunny and warm wherever you are listening. And let us know, where are you listening from? I love finding that out. I look at the analytics and I go, who's listening in Paraguay? Hey, good morning to Paraguay. Yeah, nice to have you along with us. Is it warm there today? Let us know where you're listening from, whether you're watching our YouTube channel videos, which we're almost at 200 now, and with the podcast we'll be well over 300. But let us know in your comments where you're listening from. I really, really get a kick out of that. 27 degrees right now, mostly clear. The wind is making it feel colder at about 24. Cloudy conditions from 7 a.m. till noon, so be careful out there, with snow expected at 12 p.m. So today's temperature range will be from 26 to 41, and yes, it's Fahrenheit, and it will feel like 10 to 30 degrees. So it is cool out, I can tell you that. So you're going to want to make sure you put the wiper blades up when you get to work or wherever it is you are going today and hide out. Yeah, you can't really hide out at the coffee maker. It doesn't work. Well, on the lighter side, a question this morning. I'm going to hit you with a question. It's Fun Friday, so let's have some goofiness, and it's okay. But first and foremost, thank you to our certified financial planners for allowing us to have a morning swiggy together. 50 years experience my brothers from other mothers have with as a fiduciary. They play with money and they understand everything going on the planet that affects it. They're with IG Wealth Management, and let me tell you, I would say if you've been putting off that hour and a coffee, that introductory meeting, let's just get it done. Let's get your questions answered. 78% of our population here in Canada is $200 or less from not meeting their financial requirements every month. That sucks. That really sucks. You know what I'm saying? That's not good. That's not good at all. So book that hour and a coffee, whether you have $1 or 100. If you're 100-air, it's okay. It's really, really okay. Call and book your hour and a coffee and leave your wallet at home. Ladies, leave your purses at home. No one is going to ask you for any money. They look after investment portfolios. And again, if you have money invested at the bank, it's making you pittance. You need to change that up and get your money working hard for you. Certified financial planning professionals, they know all the ins and outs. They're kind of like the licensed mechanic versus the advisor, which would be the apprentice. CFPs, that designation is what you want to work with when it comes to finances. So sit down with them, talk about your portfolio, get your questions answered there. They can work through your debt load. So when you think you're going down for the last time, this is why I'm saying book that hour and a coffee and find out for sure what your options are. They do estate planning, that's powers of attorney, beneficiaries, the whole package, to make sure that your estate is properly planned for and anchored against the tax man. They set up mortgages. I haven't had a mortgage with a bank for at least 15 years or more. I'd have to look in the file. I won't go back to the bank. I am not interested in being treated like something that's on the bottom of your shoe. No thank you. No thank you, and no thank you. They look after life insurance and critical illness insurance and a whole lot more. There's a ton of services available to you. So tap into that, folks. I can't stress it enough. I've been with these guys 20 years. They are like my brothers from other mothers, and they're two of the best in all of Canada. And they're very humble. And they don't need clients. They're full. But in 2007, when I said, could you come on board and help our listeners to get their finances in order and get some stress off of them, and that they know that they're moving in the right directions. I know that's a long intro, but you know what? People, I hear it everywhere I go. People are financially cramped, and they are wound up tighter than a coil spring. And I can hear it in the background kind of going like this, Yeah. Kind of like that, a piano. Wound up. All right, let's have our swiggy together. You ready? I'm having my tea, and then I'll have coffee after the program. But let's have some fun together on a Friday, heading into a week off. How cool is that? That's cool. I don't even know what that's like. I only get time off like September. Yeah, but we may have to change that. I got to go to the wood pile. Yeah, I'm going to take a week off and go out to the wood pile when everything's dried up and spend a whole week getting all the wood cut, split, and bring it home in the trailer. Bring a trailer and get the woodlot filled up at the house early. Just get it done. Beat the bugs. That's what I'm saying. 3. You ready? 3, 2, 1. It's cold. It's my fault. I suck. Okay. I hope your beverage is a lot warmer than mine. First question of the day. How long would your car last if you actually followed a proper maintenance plan? I leave that with you. Yeah. How long? How long would your car last if you actually followed a proper maintenance plan? I don't know. That's a question you have to answer. For me, long time. They last long time. Exactly. Hundreds and thousands of kilometers, and I don't care. It's kind of like my mentor would say, hey, Motormouth, how would you know how old you were if you didn't know when you were born? I'm like, is that a trick question? Can I study that? Yeah, you just wouldn't. Okay, on a lighter side this morning. A man who loved birds bought a parrot. It began to talk almost immediately, but it was foul-mouthed, extremely demanding, and commented rudely about the man and his friends. The man could not placate the parrot or teach it manners. He was at his wit's end one evening, and after the parrot had screamed at him for what seemed like hours, to cool it down, he put it in the freezer for a couple of minutes. And when the parrot was brought out, his whole demeanor had changed. He hopped onto the man's finger, spoke gently, and said, "I apologize for my incivilities and promise, henceforth, to bring honor to you." Astonished, the man said, he loved the parrot anyway. And the parrot looked at the freezer and said, "Tell me, dear master, what did the chicken do?" Wah, wah, wah. Yes, a little on the lighter side. What did the chicken do? That sorted that problem out, didn't it? Quickly. It's like, he's got no feathers, no head. He's just got chicken wings and drumsticks. Well, is there fiddlesticks and something else? I don't know. What do you say when you get upset? Not that. Okay, not colorful metaphors. Do you have a typical phrase that you might say? I know somebody I worked with used to say, curses and rat poop. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. Anyhow, the funny things that we do as people, right? Absolutely. Well, we're going to be talking about cars. Yep, we're going to talk about cars here on Fun Friday. Is it a love-hate relationship for you with your car? Well, I can tell you, I've been thinking since yesterday about some stories, and they've been popping in and out of my head mostly all week. But yes, we are going to do the 30-day fuel savings challenge for you. That's going to put a minimum of $100 a month back in your pocket. Even more if you really, really work it. You can do more than that. You can put more than $100 in fuel savings back in your pocket. So we're waiting for the weather to get us over 50 degrees. I would much prefer we be steady on with 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we can do the 30-day fuel savings challenge and put some money back in your pocket. So just ask yourself, at a minimum of $100 a month in fuel savings, is your boss going to tap you on the shoulder today and say, we've been watching you. Oh, great, big brother. And you are a team player. We're going to give you a $1,200 raise this year. Yippee! Probably not. Probably not going to happen. So we're going to help you. I'm going to show you what I do that limits really, tightens the screws on fuel waste. And you won't believe how easy it is to do and how quickly you can also cash in, cha-ching, and save money. So if you like to keep your vehicles long term and give them longevity and run an old jalopy, looking good, running good, reliable, and putting money back in your pocket, you're on the right podcast. Absolutely. You're in the right place at the right time. And I was thinking, what would I share with you as far as stories and love-hate relationships with automobiles? Well, I'm going to tell you a story. We might as well kick it off this morning with one story right out of the gate. Here it is. It was a sunny summer afternoon. And I mean, wearing coveralls was not friendly that day. I remember that. Yeah. Wedgies are just wrong. That's simple. Wrong. And it was hot in the shop. I mean, just standing and not even working, we were melting. My apprentice and I. And we were on our own. We didn't have any adult supervision in the office. So it was like, yippee. Yeah, when the cat's away. No, we had to get work done. Yeah, we had a lot of work to do. So we're working away and melting away, and I see this tow truck pull up out front. And on the back was one of my non-favorite vehicles whatsoever, no matter what, non-favorite. It was a Fiero. You remember those? Fiero. We used to call them Fiermi. Yeah, Fiermi's here. Run, lock it, put the closed sign out. Let's go head out the fire door. I see this truck pull up with this silver Fiermi on there, and a young girl comes running through the waiting area to the service desk, and I kind of headed there myself, wiping my hands off, and I said, "Can I help you?" Yes. And in her hands, well, the tow truck driver said to bring it here. You can help me. I go, and I'm thinking, Fiermi, Pontiac Fiero. No, there is no help for those. And no disrespect to the Fiermi clubs. You know, that's your shtick. Love it. Just love it. Love on them because they need it. So I look in her hands. She's got a set of keys and her vehicle ownership. And I'm going, are you wanting to drop it off for service? No, I want it to go to hell. I'm like, okay, what seems to be going on? I have spent so much stinking money on this car. If I could, I'd park it out in the middle of the road, set it on fire, and dance around it. I'm going, emotional damage coming. I said, so how can I help? Give me $500 for it and just take it, please. Take it. Just take it. The tow truck driver is going to drop me off at a car lot. I'm going to buy another car this afternoon. I am done with this. I put a clutch in it and alternator and this and that and a starter motor and a bunch of stuff. I've spent a fortune on this car, and it just left me on the side of the road, overheated, waiting for the tow truck driver for 90 minutes. I'm done with this thing. I go, okay, so how can I help? Give me $500, please. Here it is. The tow truck driver told me to sign it off here. I signed it. He took the plates off for me. I'm going to buy a real car in a matter of hours. I'm done. I'm not putting $5 more into that piece of junk. So I go, 500? You good with that? You'll be okay if I give you 500. Will you write me a receipt? I said, here, put it on here. She scratched it right on here. Sold, as is. It's your piece of junk now. Yeah. So that's how that went. So 10 minutes later, I come out of the office and my apprentice says, so what's wrong with that thing? Who's getting to work on that? I go, no, we're not touching it. They're going to back it in right there where we can keep an eye on it. It doesn't start on fire or anything. Because that's what they used to do. They used to start on fire. So I called a guy that I knew was looking for that specific Fiero for a long time. It was a GT. That's right. It was a GT Fiero. I can't remember what year it was, but it was silver. It was in really good shape. Yeah, make good planters. So I made one call and I said, hey, I think I just got your car for you. Are you still looking for a GT Fiero? Yes. I go, well, I have one. I just got it. I just bought it and paid for it. It's here. Don't touch it. I'll be right over. And he was one of the owners at the Napa store next door. And he was like, I just hung up the phone and there he is. He goes, is that it? I go, yeah, that's the GT. He goes, done. I want it. How much? So I told him. And he goes, I'll be right back. I'm going to pay you and I'll get the tow truck driver to come back and bring it over and put it in the warehouse. Perfect. What a day this is. And I'm going, what? So, yeah, he comes back. He pays me a price. Car's gone. All within 45 minutes. So I really technically only owned a Fiero GT manual transmission for like 6 minutes. Literally, if you just count the time from me phoning, and he says, that's mine. Sold. Done. 6 minutes. I owned a Fiero for 6 minutes, and that felt good. And I'll tell you, he took it, he fixed it up, found the problem, fixed it, and loved it. There you go. Isn't that funny? Yeah. Don't forget to get your questions in. We got a bunch of them in already for tomorrow, Saturday morning's Q&A, question and answer, 1-hour program. I'll answer as many questions I possibly can based on the information you share with me. So today would be the last day for you to get your questions in. Email them to me. I'll give you my easy to remember email. So it's motormouth, one word, motormouth.jenkins, Jenkins, just how it sounds, at gmail.com. Motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. Fire over your questions, and I will answer them tomorrow morning. We'll be on the air 8 till 9. 1 hour show on Saturdays now to Q&A. We're working on taking phone calls in the month of April, so we've got our phone system lined up. We just have to have our tech guy come back from being a snowbird and get back to Canada so he can help me hook it up. But I have connected with him to say, I'm ready to do this now, take phone calls, have live guests. We need to line that up. So that's what we're working on behind the scenes. So if you've got a story to tell, I've got my iPhone with me, and you can email me right now, and it'll pop up on my screen. If you have a story you want to share, let me know. Another story. You ready for this one? Yeah, this one was good too. Was really good. One of my own customers had this blue car. It was a what was that? It wasn't a Taurus, a Tempo. Remember those things? Yeah, Ford Tempo. And then there was the Mercury Topaz, the Sable, the Taurus. We had another name for it. It was Saurus. Yeah. Yeah. And then we kind of changed that into another word. But this is a family show. We'll just keep it that way. Anyways, this blue Tempo shows up. She comes rushing into the waiting area. Niall, I got to talk to you. Okay. I said, go ahead. All clear. That car. What I want to know right now is, do you have any dynamite? And I go, all out. Yeah. Not today. I'll go check. No, we don't have any. What's going on? I just want to blow it up. I want to blow it clean off the planet. I go, wow, that's pretty serious. Do you have a backup plan? I said, do you have a backup plan? Like you got another car? She goes, no, I don't care. I'll take the bus. Anything else. This thing has cost me so much money in the last couple of months. It's this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing. So, well, that happens. It tends to happen. It even happens to me where, 3 things in a row. That's what I always say. It always happens in threes, right? But don't say it out loud, because I really believe that cars have feelings. Vehicles have feelings. And they'll go, oh, yeah? Yeah, that was number 2? You're boiling? Just wait till you see what I do on number 3. I'm going to bring it on. Oh, yeah. You're going to feel some pain, baby. So I said, well, how bad can it be? I don't know. I don't care. Fix it. I go, are you sure? She goes, yeah, fix it. But let me know what it's going to be this time. I go, well, it'll settle down. I mean, it has been good for quite a while. It just, these boogity things tend to show up without any warning. No memo. You don't get an update. I'm about to puke and put you on a back, put you in the tow truck. So don't feel bad. It happens. It's happened to me when I remember buying when I took ownership of the 07 FJ, and I got that thing back from way out there in Kingston, Ontario, and it came from Wolf Island, one owner, and she never had a bugaboo on that thing. And I got it back, and it was like one thing after another for a whole month. A whole month. Something was wrong with it. And then the third thing was went up to my naturopath up in London and left Hamilton, Niagara Falls, sunny, blue skies, everything was cool. It was nice. It was a beautiful day. Got up there in the Western world, and it was a blizzard. I mean, it was a blizzard. I bumped into a fella at the Timmy's on Centennial Parkway, if you know the area. And he goes, where are you heading, son? I go, west. He goes, 401 west? Yeah. Well, there's already like 100-car pileup up there towards Windsor. And I go, really? Today? He goes, yeah, today. You want to be careful. They got a bad storm up there. Well, I'll tell you what, long story short, it was not just bad. It was horrendous. It was drifting and blowing. I'm slicing off snow drifts coming up over the hood and hitting the windshield on the FJ. Anyways, we made it there and drove back through that, and then it all cleared out when you got to like Brantford, and got home, backed it in the driveway. Next morning, get up to go and do some meetings. Cranks over, won't start. Fuel pump died. Overnight. I drove all the way to London, Ontario, and back through a snowstorm, and it was fine. I backed it in, and the next morning, it cranks over, and I got nothing. No fire in the hole. The fuel pump was completely dead. Yeah, that was the third one. And even my friend says, maybe you might want to rethink this thing and send it down the road. Looks like it's going to be problematic. And you know what? Vehicles, can't they? They can get you wound up tighter in a coil spring, and yeah, you want to kick it in the tailpipe and stuff a stick of dynamite in there and blow it clean off the planet. That was really hard for me not to laugh. But when you have a customer come in and you can see that, things aren't going well, don't smirk, don't smile, just passport photo it and stand there and just, afterwards you can laugh in private. But they're having a bad day. So have you ever had one of those days? Well, let me tell you. As time ticks along here this morning, don't forget that the homepage of our website has everything that you need on our homepage to follow us, to follow the builds and repair work that we do, to get all the details and links for everything that we have going for you. Our YouTube channel is there to teach you always the 5 things, what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and how you could have learned some basic automotive fundamentals to avoid those things from happening. That saves you money. We have Facebook there, Instagram, our iHeartRadio link is there as well. Stevensvilleontheweb.ca is available to you. We have a beautiful profile page there thanks to our Skippy who built the website. She's from Stevensville, and her idea was to build a website, connect the community to the businesses and the businesses to the community, and they added us in there. My parents have lived in Stevensville for decades. So it's a cool place to hang out. Lots of great eateries. The zoo is there, and that's a whole day. You can go every day all summer and still enjoy every single day there. So something to check out online. Safari Niagara, that's it. And our store, our Car Connection Motormouth merchandise store is there. And grab some gear. And when you do that, you join our crew in the fight against addiction to help those who are struggling with addiction to get to one of the many Total Freedom Addiction campuses for Canadians and U.S. residents as well. So, with that said, I asked you a question at the very beginning. Do you remember what I asked you? It is Fun Friday, so we can ramble and have a good time and drink our coffee and just think on things. Here's how I'm going to help you. If, again, I mentioned, if keeping the vehicle that you presently have that's in decent shape, so we've been talking about that throughout the week, is as long as the foundation is good and the engine's running well, transmission's running well, the driveline's running well, you got yourself a good ride. And if it's paid off, that's the best one. That is the best vehicle to have. Why? Because it's paid off. If it's paid off, that means you're not in partnership with the bank. You're not paying interest and principal payments for 5-7 years and working your tail off and your car broke. We got to kind of turn that around. And you can do it very, very easily. If you own an older automobile and you want to keep that thing going and the base of it is solid, so it's not rotted out underneath, then it's worth putting money into it, and it's worth maintaining that thing because it's paid for. And it's not like you buy a new vehicle and there's no parts for it because it's maintenance free. Not true. Once the warranty runs out, guess whose dime it is? It's your dime. Yeah, they don't pay for parts and labor the whole time you have a car loan. You know, a lot of people think that. Well, it's covered by warranty. Yeah, until the day or the mileage reaches the voiding point. That is when your warranty runs out. That's lifetime. So don't ever forget that. Lifetime is only the time of the warranty or the mileage, whichever one you hit first. The next day, it's your dime. Cha-ching. You own it. That's called vehicle ownership. So how long would your car last if you actually followed a proper maintenance plan? Well, our webmaster is working on putting a whole page together so that everything will be in one spot for you, one click, and you can order your very own laminated, reusable Car Connection fleet maintenance system that makes it simple. Very, very simple to keep a vehicle going as long as you want it. Mileage means nothing. It's the same with age. Age means nothing if you're taking care of yourself. You're eating well, you're getting rest, you're not abusing your body. Age doesn't mean all that much. Yeah, your back might go out more than you do, but it doesn't matter. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep working on yourself. The vehicle is exactly the same way. If you keep up the maintenance, you'll be ahead of the curve. You'll prevent from coming in on a flatbed or a tow truck, and it will be reliable. Very reliable. I'll tell you, I talk to technicians all the time, and they're saying, don't buy a 2026 anything unless it's a Honda or Toyota. Stay away from it. Problems, lots of problems with the domesticateds. Lots of problems. And we used to always say, hey, we wouldn't be this busy this week if it wasn't for Generous Motors. Because we'd look around and go, everything we've touched this week is a GM product. Yeah, that's how we survived. Exactly. You know, the Toyotas and Hondas would come in, basic service, maintenance, look over, check this, check that, make sure everything is as it should be. The brakes are good, suspension, steering, and out the door. See you for the next appointment. So if you're very interested in doing that, keeping your vehicle and giving it the engine transmission longevity, I'm your guy. Because that's what I've done for 40 plus years. And it works like a stinking charm. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not here to sell you anything. If you don't want to look after your car, I don't care. That's your choice. But if you want to do something about it and you don't want to be working to make car payments and you're still going to have to fix the dang thing anyway once it's out of warranty, trust me, you're going to be socking money into it unless you get the best one coming off the line. I don't know, but I haven't seen it yet in 40 plus years. Keep the vehicle you have and follow the maintenance schedule, and it all starts with making sure that it doesn't rot out before it wears out, and that's annual rust proofing. And keep in mind that the Rusties only need a couple of things in their recipe to bake the cake. That's all. Moisture and warmth, and it takes off. Over 40 degrees, that's what it's looking for, and moisture, and the Rusties take off. If you protect your vehicle from the rust, then you've got something just like myself heading for 300,000, 400,000 kilometers on a couple of vehicles we have in the fleet this year. We'll definitely make it to the higher mileage. And it's okay. Guess what? They run like a charm. Why? I follow my maintenance schedule. The fleet maintenance system. So as we wrap up this morning, I want to say thank you to Earl Louise Grant. If you are in the market for replacing your ride and getting something that's not rotted out and worn out and neglected, because that's the key. When you neglect vehicle maintenance, that's what happened to the 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler, and we did that. We rescued it from the crusher, and I'm finishing some fiberglass work actually this afternoon on the hard top, where it looks like Jaws took a bite out of it, and it's healing up very well. You won't even be able to notice. You won't even notice it whatsoever. But again, that's neglect. And where the piece is missing, the water would come right into the Jeep and rot the floor out on the passenger side. Yeah, so we're not going to allow that to happen. But you can follow that build. We rescued it, and every single thing we've done to that 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler has all been a lack of maintenance, neglect, everywhere, neglect. And we've brought it back to life, and it's going to be leaving the shop this weekend. There's some welding to do on the driver's side floor, but I'm waiting till the good weather gets here. I'll do that outside. I don't like to do lots of welding in the shop because accidents happen, and we don't need that. So I'd much rather just do it outside the door, the workshop with the welder, and, cutting and sparks flying and this, that, and the other thing. It's just safer to do it outside. So that vehicle is now reliable. Just saying, it's now reliable. At the end of the day, we'll add up all the digits, the facts and figures, and we're going to show you what it costs to bring that vehicle back to life. You are going to be shocked and awed. And you can do that too. You can keep your vehicle going. So if you are in the market or someone you know for a pre-owned vehicle, don't go any further than meeting Earl and Louise Grant at City Auto Sales and Leasing. They're Greater Toronto's area's premier pre-owned auto store. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. They have leasing as well as in-house financing. And I'll tell you what, they don't sell any junk there. That's why they're a part of Car Connection. They don't sell no junk. You can buy with confidence, be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. Thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center for all that they do, serving men, women, children, single moms, widows, adults, young adults, and the small humans. Yes, they serve meals Tuesdays and Fridays out the door. Love, hope, and changing lives one at a time in our very own backyard in the Niagara region. They have after school programs for the kids that are absolutely outstanding. They feed them, love on them, mentor them, help them with their homework. They can take music lessons. They do movie nights and games and stuff that are getting their little minds working. Check them out. Click on their logo and check out Crystal Ridge Dream Center. $25 will get you a tax receipt. They're a nonprofit, faith-based organization making lives change in the Niagara region, especially in times when community support is crucial. Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassion and transformation, and lives are being changed there every single day. So see what you can do, what your heart says that you could do to help them out. And we'll be answering some questions tomorrow morning. We got a bunch of them to go through. And that program starts at 8 a.m. Motor Mouth's Morning Drive. And that is our weekly Q&A session. So if you have some questions, some automotive-related questions, fire them over to me today. motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com, Niall@ccbusnet.com. All that information is readily available to you in the description of every one of our YouTube videos and our podcasts. And everything that you will need is available to you to connect, follow, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all those things that help keep our ignition turned on and our engine running smoothly. And we thank you for doing that. So have a fabulous Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. sharp for our Saturday Q&A session with yours truly, Motormouth. Love you guys. Have a super day. Be careful. Drive safely. And if you're going away somewhere next week, play safe. Have a great time and enjoy your family and your friends on the March break. And we'll see you back here when you get back. And you can also pick us up wherever you are on any podcast platform. Have a great day. And peace, patience, kindness always. Bye for now.